Okay, thank you very much, Niels. And I would like actually to announce the second speaker of today. And the second speaker of today is Pablo Bereciartua. And apologies if I don't pronounce your name correct. I have to practice my Spanish a lot more. Interesting here is that Pablo has been our former IHE student. And actually at the moment, he's the Secretary of State of Infrastructure and Water Policy from Argentina. And I think it's something special as well. So for that special occasion, can I invite you here? Because I would like to give you something. And I don't know if you recognize this container a little bit. It has to do with the fact that actually a long time ago when Pablo was here, he was already looking at his next step in career and didn't have time actually to sit in the benches where you're sitting today and receive this. So I'm not going to give your certificate now. So of course he passed, but what I'm giving here now is actually another certificate that he's getting, and that's a certificate where we would like to recognize all the contributions that you have done for IHE Delft as alumni. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I think that I will give the floor to you in a second, but what I hope that you will do is please listen to what Pablo has to say. And I think by just looking at him, I think he's such a nice example, and I do hope and I do wish that you will all follow the same sort of tracks. So Pablo, please.
Thank you, Eddy. Hello, everybody, and thank you, Eddy, for this introduction. You have put me in a big challenge, I have to say. And I want to recognize a speech that we just heard, which I fully endorse. I think when I was listening to Niels, I was just at every time thinking, well, he's telling my words. I truly believe what he is saying. So, but I want to add some of my personal experience. So first of all, I want to say thank you to the leading authorities of the institution here for the possibility of giving these few words to you. And also thank you for the experience of having been at IHE. So as Eddy told, I couldn't be in the ceremony because I had to leave earlier. And that was something that kept giving rounds in my mind, as you see, because it was a very strong experience to be at IHE. So I want to tell very briefly that when I came here, it was some 22 years ago. And I think I am, in a way, a sort of humbly example of the message that I would like to give to you, which is dream really big, as you just heard. I didn't expect when I was at IHE that I was going to become a Secretary of State of my country. And now that I am a Secretary of State, it looks to me that all the things that I learned here are very, very useful. And that the network that I shaped when I was at IHE is still an asset to me in order to achieve some of the very challenging goals that we are looking for in Argentina. So all that you've heard, I think, is totally true. Now, I want also to tell you that I truly believe that we are in a defining moment and that many things are changing right now. Sometimes we don't realize it. But if you compare 22 years ago when I was here, IHE was just at the very, very beginning of getting email. So I learned to use an email here in 1994, and it was a whole novelty. Nobody knew how to use it. At that time also, there was no Waze, there was not Uber. We didn't have smartphones. So many of the things that today seem totally normal to all of us were not there. So I think this is a sign that we are in what some people believe, and me too, is a total revolution in knowledge. And that we are in the acceleration phase of that revolution in knowledge, and that the main capacity of all of our societies is the capacity to innovate. And in order to innovate, you need to have knowledge in your mind, and innovation is the outcome of collaboration. So it's impossible to innovate alone. Nobody can innovate alone under a tree. You have to be a member of a constellation. You have to count on the others. You have to be able to combine the knowledge in order to come up with new solutions. And the good news is that that is ever simpler, and it will be even more so in the coming future. Very recently, I read a book that some of you may know by Yuval Harari. He is a historian, and he has written a couple of books, but the last one is called Homo Deus. And in that book, he mentions that things are really changing, and that in this century, in the coming years, we are going to become even more powerful than what we believe we will. And that algorithms, the capacity of combining knowledge, big data, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, will be a way to come up with new solutions to many of the big challenges in society. So I would like to end with a message that we have the big opportunity of reshaping our relationship with nature. And water is definitely at the center of that big challenge, but also a big opportunity of really achieving sustainable development. And that you have the big opportunity now, but also the responsibility of leading that particular change. And that in a more recent book that I just finished a week ago, I think there is a message that is very significant for this occasion. The book is a book by Nassim Taleb. You may know him. He's a very original thinker. And Nassim, in that book, which is called Skin in the Game, says that the really key issue is not only having knowledge, but also using it, taking a part in the solution. And my humble experience right now in my country, Argentina, is that when you get involved, you can do many, many things. And so my final message to you is a big congratulations to all of you, your families, the people that I'm sure supported you to get to this stage. And a big, big message of put your skin in the game, use your capacity, and improve the world. Thank you.